Okay, so let's start again with the Adobe integration, as it will be the, let's say, most complete way to edit videos. Okay, so this is a test. Let me close this. So it is possible to manage video, edit, cut, and modify media directly from the Adobe Premiere application, where we have the Etere integration. So we can open a new project. Okay, so we select, for example, this clip, and we can create our project. In here, from the window menu, we can select the Etere panel extension, and we can add this window directly. We can dock the window on the other panels. So we can have, for example, in here, we can change the list, and we have it docked directly on the Adobe interface. We can log in into our integration, so into the Etere panel with our username and password. And from here, we can search within all the Etere assets to search for media to be imported into our project open in here. So we can search for only available media, and let's try to search for title ingest. So we have in here all the asset with the green status. It means that there is a media, an MXF file. How do we lock the Etere extension? Well, it should be if you close this layout in this way, when you open it back, it should be already locked in this form. I will check later when we complete this part. We will try to open back the integration, but it should be locked in this way. So you have all the status in with the green color. It means that there is a media already available in our import folder, and that can be downloaded if we click on here. And it means that the file will be available within this list of the project. If we move with the mouse, we can also see the actual source path, but it's not really important for operator because they won't do anything more than click to import. And for example, we can use this file. If we click there, we'll see that the file has been imported into the project list, and it can be used. In here, we can see also that there is the ADL that can be selected, meaning that we can import also the markers that we put into the ADL. So we have this file, we can put it in our timeline. We can also delete this one. for example. So if in here we import also marker from this selection, we'll see that we have different segments available in the timeline and also in the preview, meaning that we are importing also marks that we put in the EDL. Those marks, I will show you here in another workstation, are the following ones. Have the type, a specific type, because marks to be recognized from the Adobe integration means that they need to be segment for editing. So selecting back the asset that we use for the test operator ingest. If I open it on the media library, this one, you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 segments, and they have the type editing. It means that when you added the segment in the CDL, we are opening the preview. So it means that you use the add segment for editing option. Only this kind of segment are visible from the Adobe integration side. So we have them imported into the timeline. When we complete the modification of the media in here, we can send this file to the asset directly from this menu. So it means it will add a new media to the same asset with the new content, or it is suggestible to use the send to Etere function, creating a new asset. That's because if you change the video, if you edit the video, it means that it will be a different version of the source asset. So it is suggestible to always create a new asset instead of having different video with different length on the same asset. It will be a wrong procedure. So once edited, you will send back to Etere using the send to Etere function. This means that you are actually going to export the file from this timeline into a real content in the specific destination folder. It will be exported into the temporary Adobe out folder storage, and then the workflow will copy into a new the archive folder. Let's try to do this. We can change the type of the asset that we are going to create. In this case, it's still test asset for the training purposes, but you can manually change to any type that you want. The code, it is automatically created following the last code created in Etere. And if needed, you can add an additional metadata, so additional information that you want to add to this file. So, for example, we can set it as edited on 8th January. So when we use the send, let me see if how long is this file. Okay, shouldn't take so long, so we can send the sequence. So it is actually encoding the file using the profile that we set in our configuration. So it is using the what is on Adobe, it's called EPR file. It is just reporting a profile settings to proceed with the encoding or transcoding on the file. Now we created the new asset 1555, so we can try to open it in here. We can search for this. It has been exported into the Adobe path, temporary path, and we see that we also exported into Etere the marks that we put also in the timeline. We first imported those marks from our Etere asset, and then we exported back again into a new asset. This means that if you want to create or add other marks, when you send to Etere, they will be exported as well in this way. The workflow has been automatically started, so it is already checking the file that has been put into the Adobe file. It has been moved into the archive folder, and then it is creating also the low-res media. If we refresh now, after all the workflow has been completed, we will see that we have the archive, the file into the archive, and the low-res creation processing. So it is almost completed. And we will have also the low-res version of this edited file. So using the Adobe integration, this will be the let's say the best way to edit video. Also because you can add in here all the source media that you want to use. It means that you will be able also to combine more than one media from different sources. Let's try to search for test asset. So we can keep adding on the project some other media. Using the Adobe timeline, you will be able to conform, let's say, to unify all those source into a single new edited video. Okay, let's do, for example, this one. This is a shorter file. So we can all proceed with all our changes in the video file, cutting or let's say, for example, this. we are working manually in the Adobe timeline, so it means we are not following for the moment now any marks that we put in the Etere ETL. We can, again, we can cut another segment from this. Let's make it shorter. You can even remove the audio if I'm not wrong. Okay. Okay, this now if we send to Etere this timeline, it will be, we will have a, let's say, conformed file with 1, 2, and 3 different sources from different assets. And again, if we want to keep those markers, we will export them or we can modify them. So we can move these marks in here, this other, for example, in here.
But then that will
Yes.
export the whole sequence or only EDL selected.
Sorry?
That will be export the whole sequence or only selected EDL will be export.
This will export the whole sequence. So this is a file that you want to be the final result. So when you use the send to Etere function, you will have this single file exported into a new asset. And if you want to have also marks related to the file, you will have also the EDL exported. This is only related to EDL1. So it is exporting only one
EDL means just a marker, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. EDL is always, when we talk about EDL, is this section in here, only this. So segment related, well, marks related to segment that we want to highlight in the asset. Those are always logical segment.
Okay.
Until if you do not run the partial retrieve, you won't never have a physical file with this segment. Those are only markers that you put in the asset, so related to the media, and that you can use for a future conforming or a future partial retrieve.
Okay, understood.
Okay, so if we send this new timeline into a new asset, so we are creating a new container that will have the file conformed from different assets. It's existing code. Someone else is working in the system. So we are creating the new asset. It is going to export the timeline, so the file that we edited from in the timeline to a real file. And if we play the file, we will have all the media from source asset conformed into a single file. So here we are, 1559. Let's search for it. Okay, again, we have the same marks that we have before on the timeline. We have the file temporary on the Adobe path. The workflow already moved into the archive, so we can have a preview from the archive. It's still unknown codec because media info process it is still working. The info process, just to remember you, it is analyzing the file and it is checking if all the metadata within the file are matching with the format that we want. So it has been completed and we have a correct MXF codec. We need to, yes, decrease the dimension of the file with this. So it is like jumping from one asset to another, to different video. Just to remember you, it is playing in fast forward just because with this Etere VM workstation, there is no audio device configured in the workstation. So it means that the computer has no audio device. So the player on Etere will play in fast forward. This is a unexpected result when we have missing audio devices. On any other client that has an audio device configured or plugged, there won't be any problem with the preview in the media library. Again, the workflow has already created, or it is working to create the Flores version of the same media. So now you have the archive and the Flores version. So the archive is 50 megabyte with for the resolution for the bitrate, while the Flores is quite lower. It has 1 mega for the bitrate, so it is quite easier to preview. It's better to preview in a workstation where we have also the audio device configured, and that's all from a Adobe integration part. This is just the easiest way and to proceed with the editing. What you can do from this Etere panel, it is useful when you are going to work directly on stories or searching for stories that are belonging to a specific rundown. This means that if you have a story to be edited, for example, let's see if we have something for tomorrow. Let's have a greater. Okay, for example, in here we have a story that has no video linked. It means that there is an asset that is waiting to have the video added to the story. We can add directly from this timeline the video to the story that is already that has been already created from the news editor. So they are creating the story, they are writing all the text, they are telling to the system that in a specific part of the story there will be a video, a content to be played. So they are adding an empty asset, and you can fill the asset directly from the Etere panel integration in Adobe. The process will be actually exactly the same. You have the timeline with the edited file that is ready to be sent to Etere. So you use the send sequence on the story list. If we try to search for a bigger range, no, you have only one story that is waiting for the video. By the way, if operator will create more than one stories waiting for video, you will see all the list here, and you can click the send sequence on all of them. In a similar way, you can search for stories using the rundown search. So maybe, for example, for today rundown, okay, we will have here again all the stories belonging to the rundown. In this case, we have a story that already has the video, so it won't be possible to send the video from here. If we search, if we find this again, we already have the story. Let me search for this. See if we can search for this in here. Oops. Let me just create a new rundown with a empty story so
But
I can
I'm
show
gonna
you.
create.
Yes.
Wait. I'm gonna create. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
How do you can search? Usage.
Okay.
Usage, that's
This one.
use is yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yes, exactly. So you see here, this is the placeholder, okay? This can be then changed into a story. And then we have the story that Kiao just added with an empty, without video, so without content. So you can see, searching directly from Rundown, you can, if we have more than one story, you will have the list of all the story in here in pink color with the send sequence available. So you can search for stories, searching from rundown or directly for stories. This is the same way. So this 8 p.m. one can be also search from here. I need to add the range date. Oh, yes, 8 p.m. without the, yes. So this same story can be retrieved in here from the stories or from the rundown, knowing to which rundown it is belonging. 8 p.m. one. The send sequence from here or from the stories search will have the same exact results. So we can send the sequence to this asset. The process will be the same. It will create an encoded version of this list of media in the timeline. And when it will be completed, then we will see that this black square on the video column will be in green, meaning that the file has been ingested into the asset belonging to the story. That's it. I will check later that misleading message because it was wrong message. And we have in here the file available. We can also work within this Etere panel by tasks. So it means that maybe there is in your company a manager that is assigning jobs to specific users. So we will have all the tasks for our user, so for this user, that will be available in here. Let's see if we have any also conclude. This is the task. We did some task for previous training, so those tasks has been or completed or expired. By the way, if you will have any task available in here, you will be able to click on the task where there will be the explanation of the job that user must do. And then you can set the result of the task depending on the job done. Usually you can use task also to send media to specific asset that are involved in the task, for example. Or it can be the manager that say that please add all the video to rundown for next week or so on. This is depending on the way that your company is going to work. In this case, all those tasks has been or completed or expired. You see that has been done. The validity was by 1 day, so starting from 28 till the day after. So they are all expired. If you have any available, you will see here in the list, and you can open and take it. Do you have any question regarding the Adobe integration?
Paolo.
Yes.
Yes. Just now we already talked to you the layout of the Etere extension panel, how to lock. Can you
Okay.
just say it again? Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if we locked correctly. So if I close the project, I'm not going to save anything on the project, that's because it is a test. If we restart the application, it should be already locked into the last position. Okay, yes, it is docked. So when you open it for the first time, I will close. You can select the undock panel in here. So it is now free from the other panels. And then you close. So the first time, the very first time that you open the integration, you open it by Windows, extensions, and then Etere panel. It is free from other dock. If you move in here, so if you drag and drop this from that section, you can dock on any other section. You can move in here, or you can move in any other panel of the Adobe. That will be up to you. And now the ones that you put in here, it is docked. So it can be changed when you restart the application until you use the undock panel. So any operator can put it in any position that he prefer. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Of course, this must be done from each user. So any user on any PC will have their own specific configuration. Okay, so this is the preferable way to edit video with the Adobe integration. Otherwise, we can go back to Etere desktop applications. So from the annotation tab in the media library form, from where we can set the EDL, so we can add marks and visible segment to an asset and run the conforming process or the partial retrieve process within the application without using any integration. So let's search for any new asset created. Let's pick up this one, for example. Okay, this is an asset with a high-res file and its related low-res media created. We can open from here the low-res preview, so we can see the let me use another workstation to open it, like for example this one. One oh one. Mm, 1544. Okay, so we can open from here the low-res media. We can start the play, so the preview of the file in here. And while we are previewing the file, we are playing it or we can pause it, we can add in here visible segment or segment for editing, depending on if we want this file also to be used by Adobe integration later or not. Let's see just an example for both. I will add segment for editing. So while it is playing, I can put a specific starting time code for the segment. So if I use the read the device position from some, so it means that it read the time code from the track bar and put it in here. So the starting time code of this segment is 34 seconds and 17 frames. Till we keep playing and we know that we need to have a segment ending at 4 minutes and 10 seconds almost. So we have our first segment. We can put even a description. First segment. And we can keep adding segment in this exact way. So we have another segment from this position till this one. So 5 minutes of, oops, second. And let's put a third one. Okay, so we can save it. I forget to wrote the description, but there's no problem. So we will have our file, and we have been working with the low-res file for the preview with an EDL composed by 3 segments. now we can directly start the conforming, so we can create a new version of this media that will be composed only by first, second, and third segment of the asset, of the original asset. Okay, sorry, I think that AnyDesk is going quite slow, by the way. Okay. We can start from here, the workflow. Yes, it seems that AnyDesk is going quite slow. Just, I'm sorry for this. So I'm trying to click, but it's not clicking. Can you still hear me? Yes. Okay, so AnyDesk dropped. Can you still hear me, or we have some connection trouble?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. So okay.
We haven't seen anything. Please share the screen.
Yes, I needed to restart the AnyDesk because it was stuck. Okay, so from the workflow list, we can select the manual conform. This means that it will, when we start it, it will create a new asset that will contain a new media composed only by those segments. So we can start it. We will have on the information that the new asset created is this one. So you will see that it has the code as original code of the source asset with the _2 suffix. And the title is the same as the original one. The transcoder is going to create the file, and you will see on the annotation that we already have a expected duration that is the exact duration of all the segment that we added in the original source asset. Let's put it in this way. If we search for codes, we will have this one and the new one. So you see that the original source duration was for the for physical file was almost 40 minutes. It is 38 minutes and something. But using the segment that we added, it will have a duration of 13 minutes. So as well, the new file that will be conformed with those segments will have exact duration of 13 minutes and 16 seconds. It will take some time for the process to be completed. And in this new asset, we can see that there is no ADL anymore because it will be a completely new asset. So a completely independent video from the original one. We have only some information that are shared, but the asset can be managed as a complete different asset. Important to mention is that we have been working with the low-res preview. Remember, I clicked on here to open the preview. So we added those segments based on the low-res preview, but then the conforming file will be executed using the high-res version of the file. The resulting conformed media will be an MXF as well, instead of an MP4 that we used just as a reference. So in this way, we can use the low-res quality video, the MP4, that is more easy. It is easier to be accessed just to create the segment, because we know that the low-res version must have the exact time code of the high-res version. So working on the low-res version, it is possible to create segments that will be used as references to create the MXF. So you can see in here the conforming process has been completed. We have the conformed file that is an MXF. So we can try to play the file from here. And we have the correct conformed file matching with the sources segment with a high resolution. This file now is waiting on the conform storage. We can add some operation on the workflow to automatically move the file into the archive. It is just depending on your needs. We are keeping for the moment on the conform for example, a quality check process or to double check that the file has been correctly created. Then we can use the move to archive workflow. If I'm not wrong, it should move the file from the conform storage to the archive storage, to the archive path. And then it will start also the low-res creation of this file. So we worked on the original asset on the low-res to create segments. Those segment has been used as a reference for time code to be used for the conforming process, and it has created a new MXF file with high resolution. And now we are creating the low-res version of this new conformed file. Oh, it couldn't be moved, yes, because I was playing it on the... Okay, I was keeping in use the file with the preview, so it was not possible, of course, to move the file from the conforming path to the archive. I will restart it. Okay, so now we have the file on the archive, not anymore in the conform path. And it can be managed as any other file that we have in our system. So we are going to have also the low-res version of the conformed file, and the basic workflow on those on this media has been completed. Okay, it will take some time to create the low-res as it is a long file. So we can, for the moment, waiting for this file to be completed, we can move also to the creation of a conformed file using video from different assets as source. So in this case, we can create a new asset. We can call it virtual asset for multiple conforming. So when we create an empty asset, when we have an empty asset, it is possible to manage the ADL manually without having the file linked to the asset. We have the button OpenETL available. If we click it, we can change timing on the logical part of the asset, so start of media and end of media. And moreover, we can add segment even if we don't have the file. We can add segment we can import external segment, searching for any segment available in the system belonging to specific asset. We can search, for example, to the asset that we used before as a source, this one. And if we search for this one, we have all the segment available. We created only 4 segments, only 3 segments on our previous test. And you can see them with the description, first segment, second segment, and the last one where I forget to enter the description. But we also have all the other segments belonging to, let's call them empty spaces, because I created the first segment that was starting from 34 seconds and 17 frames. But the system knows that there is another part of the video that is, of course, starting from 0 to 34:17. So the segment just before the segment I created, and so on. So we can select any part of this asset to create our new conforming version. In this current example, I want to use the second segment that I created for the previous test. So when we import a segment from an external asset, you can see here on the up right that the asset is checked as virtual. So in virtual is actually the way that we recognize asset that is um, mm, using media linked to other asset as meta file. Every time that I save the asset after importing a segment for an external asset, I will have the file belonging to the other asset linked also in this one. So I can keep importing another one, and I want to use in this example this is a good question. We need to check it because the file is recorded into the. We can check it. Yes. I will just complete this part for the virtual asset, and then we will check the live edit on Adobe. So okay, I will add a new asset. I was trying to use one of the assets that we created before. Okay, yes, with Adobe. So I want to use this this part. So we can conform two segments belonging to two different assets using the same process. So I will start the conforming workflow again. It is going to create as well a new asset, a new version of this original asset. And that will be 1578. And you can see that it is, no, it is not this one. Oh, I'm wrong ID, sorry. I lost my original asset, sorry. Okay, this one. So you can see that the asset that has been created from the conforming workflow, it is not anymore a virtual asset because it will contain an actual media, a real media created from two different assets as source. It has been completed. So we have now in here nothing. Let me just have a quick look. So it does unfortunately conformed with an error within the process. That is exactly the same problem that we are analyzing currently on another ticket. So we faced already this kind of problem and we are fixing it. So it means that during the process, just to give you some information, during the process, the resulting file lost some few milliseconds, let's say. So the expected duration of the transcoded file is quite a little shorter than the real duration of the file is quite shorter than the expected duration, so it is not correctly linked. So we are working also on it to avoid this kind of problem in the future. Let's go to the to check the possibility to streaming in live. So while we are ingesting. So first of all, I need to double check where we are ingesting. If I'm not wrong, we have this. Yes, we are ingesting in here. So we need to add the ingest folder also from the folder available in the Adobe. Okay. Let's open again the Etere panel and update the configuration. So we should have in here also the ingest path to be used. And now we can try to use it. I'm actually not sure if it is going to work as expected. Let's see what is going to happen. So you are going to have a streaming ingest in here. Let's create a new asset. Okay, so we are ingesting from this source, just an example, there's no problem, which is the source. We put as streaming, and we put 10 minutes. So we are recording. It will need some second to be recorded to have a meta file available on the destination asset, but we can already check in here what we are going to do. I called it out. So we are recording it from the ingest for workstation, and it is test streaming Adobe. We can search on the Adobe. Okay, the file, it is actually available in the Adobe, because as soon as after 15 seconds we add the meta file. Let's see if we add it in here. No, it can't be imported because I believe that Adobe is not allowing to use open file. So from Adobe, it is in growing moment. So it is encoding. So it is not possible to import correctly. The streaming function, it is only usable within Etere. Also, if you use the file with Windows program, you can't really access file while it is recorded, if I'm not wrong. So no, the answer is no, you can only edit using Etere application.
Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome. So in here, we can open the file from here.
Just 2 minutes. Marketing မှာခက်လို့ကျန်ထုတ်လိုက်လို့ရှိရင်အမိဆက်ထပ်ထွက်လာတယ်အခါကြောင့်မလုပ်ချင်ဘူးဟုတ်ရှိတယ်မတစ်ချက်တော့ဒီက20ပေါ့20ရလို့မဟုတ်မပထမစိတ်လိုက်တဲ့သူတွေသဘောပဲဒီမှာတော့စိတ်လိုက်တဲ့သူတွေသဘောပဲ
So you have it available in here in the preview of the asset, and you can keep working on it, but only on Etere applications, not possible to use with Adobe.
ဒီမှာပဲမဆက်စိတ်လိုက်ဟုတ်တယ်ပြီးတဲ့လူစိတ်ချလိုက်ဖိုင်ထွက်လာအခါကိုပြလိုက်
我这我就按手里的，哎呀，先记着。他说是不有，我呗有呗有不呗。
တော့အဲ့ဒါတော့အဲ့ဒါပြဿနာတော့ live ပို့ဖို့အတင်း live လုပ်လို့မရဘူးဒီတော့အဲ့ဒါပဲအဲ့ဒါ
你看没呀？哎呀，
没有အဲ့ဒါတော့အဲ့လည်းဒီအဲ့ဒါကတော့တော့အဲ့ဒါကိုရောက်နိုင်ပါစီတယ်ပြောတယ်ဘာလို့မကြုံတဲ့တဲ့ဘာလို့လဲအဲ့ဒါမှတ်တာဘောကွာဘာပဲလို့ရှင်းတာ
Okay, I will connect to the 205.
တော့ဒီဘက်မှာအဲ့ဒီခါသုံးမဲ့ဟာဒီရေးကြီးလို့ပဲ
အီတလီပဲရှိအီတလီရပဲရ
ဒီမြန်
ဘောကမဟုတ်မန်ဂျီလာရတယ်
那这帮人没遇到嘞，不会的。
တိတ်ပေါ့
ဆွေးမေး
ယူနေယူနေ
ရက်မှာပဲ
အဲ့ဒီရက်မှာပဲတုံးလို့ရ
ဆက်ပါမယ်
ဘယ်မှာဟိုဖြစ်နေရပြီကိုဖုန်းကြောက်ဟောတော့ဝင်နေဒီမှာဝင်အပ်ဘယ်လိုလုပ်တာ
သူသက်ခေါ်လိုက်တာဝင်
How do you click
Do you want it to be in here or in on other specific position.
Left side is fine. But how do you do that?
Oh, I will do this again. You have the windows like this. You have to drag and drop from here. You have to put the sorry, from here. I don't know if you do you see the pointer of my mouse?
Yes.
Okay, so let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So you don't have to move from the window bar from this, but right where there is the Etere panel text. Okay.
Okay, let me try again.
Yes, let me. Okay, I just messed the window. Okay. So if you see not in the white bar, just below where you see the Etere panel text. No, from the live streaming, it is possible only to use the Etere preview or the high-res preview on the player. So, for example, if you open, we are still recording in here. Yes, we are still some minute. If you open the ingest from another workstation, so from, for example, here, okay, you're recording and also, okay, I can open a new one. Okay, I've been kicked. They are working on the ingest application. By the way, you can only start the preview from Etere applications, and you will have also in the ingest preview the same EDL format to edit the media. So let me see if I can use. Oh no, let me try this. Yes, in the same on the same place workstation. From here we can open maybe. So in here we are still recording. I open a new instance to open the asset. So from here we are recording. It is quite small. We are still recording, and in here we can start playing the file. By the way, we only can keep working with visible segment and segment for editing in the same way as we are doing in the asset form preview. We are using the channel, the SDI output preview channel, so you can also plug it into an external monitor. You can have the preview while working with a real monitor instead of using this little preview, and you can keep adding segments in here. But this is the exact same way that you can have in the asset form. the logical the logical way that it is following, it is the same between here or the asset form in here. The code of 174 is currently running live streaming ingest. If we do the conforming right now, how does it will work? It won't work. It will won't be able to use the source file that is growing. So it will give you an error because the file can be only used for preview. When you start the conforming while it is ingesting, it will give error because also timings will not match with the duration of the file, of the actual file. So it is not, it should not be used while it is working, while it is ingesting.
So it will only available for the preview.
Yes, exactly. Or
So
for the play, if you are ingesting a signal that is going to be aired directly, you can also air, so you can play out the file while it is ingesting. But it is not possible to manage it with conforming or partial retrieve while it is growing.
So that means if we do the streaming ingest, we can only see preview. We couldn't do anything. You are saying that.
Yes.
Thank you.
But I'm going to have just a quick check to double check this last question.
Okay.
Okay, can be zero for okay, so this station it is MRTV test, just it is just a naming. So it will be possible to rename the MRTV news test station into whatever you want. In this case, nothing will change with assets. All the assets will be always visible as it will be always a single station. If in the future you want to have another station, so station 1 and station 2 or more than one, you can decide to have all the assets available for both stations, or you can decide to exclude asset belonging to a specific station from the other. So you can see both, or you can see only the asset related to the current station that you're using. It is correct to ask this because right now when we open a module, every time you are asked to select the station, you have only one, so you are forced to use only the single one. But if in the future you will have more than one station, you will have them listed here, and we can decide on configuration to have asset belonging to specific station to be seen on other station or not. Also, you can also decide by Etere rights, so again from configuration, to allow user to enter to specific station or to all the station. So you can decide to hide some other station to specific group of user instead of seeing all of them. Okay, so if the file on 1574 that you was saying that is currently running in streaming ingest, I confirmed with the streaming ingest. So it is, if it is still recording, I have to correct myself. So you can run the conforming while it is still in ingesting. Can you tell me maybe from which server it is ingesting this code? So I can double check. Or I can create a new one, there's no problem.
Currently, tool is available. Multi-channel.
Sorry?
Multi-ingest. Currently, multi-channel ingest is available.
Okay, multi-channel ingest too. Okay, can I connect?
Yeah, sure, please.
24, this one. No. So I started a new streaming ingest from this one. I don't know if I'm sorry if I'm messing with some of your tests, but this will be helpful for us, so I can start the conforming on this asset. Let's see if we can still have it. Okay, so. Okay, this is still recording, so I can start the workflow.
Prova. Test di prova. Ciao.
Well, guys, I have to correct myself. Yes, sorry. Actually, it is possible to conform while it is still recording. So we have the file in here from asset 1551 that is still recording. And I've been able to create a conformed file, yes, with short segment, of course, but this is the conformed file. I can't open the preview easily from here. Let's see if we can preview from here just to show you the result. Okay, again, with the fast forward due to the missing audio device, but we have a short file. Yes, we had almost 20 seconds as the original source asset configured. So yes, it is possible to create a conform file while the file it is still growing.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So that
I'm
means
sorry that I told you a wrong information before.
so that means when we are doing the streaming in JS, we can do the conforming at the same time. Is this possible? Right?
Yes, it is possible. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
But not in the Adobe.
No, in the Adobe. No, exactly. This is because I assume that Adobe will need a completed file. I don't know the actual process that is doing Adobe to import in the timeline. So I can't give you an answer for this.
How about the ingestion? When we do the new station create, when we want to create the new station, that is affect to the ingestion.
Well, you will need some additional configuration, but nothing really, nothing will mess with the current configuration. If you add a new station, you will just need to assign some input or some output also for this station to be used. But nothing will be messed. What is working right now will be working as well when you will have an additional station.
Because some of the operators are concerned about the naming system because they want they prefer folder by folder. The you understand what I mean? They want folder by folder or something like that. In here, if when we create the new station, when we join the new station, but asset will be they worry about the asset will be maxi.
Well, I'll show you just the section where you can decide to have asset available or not for the specific station, but they won't be messed. We have a lot of customer, of course, with many stations, and they are not having any problem with the mixed asset because I can show you here.
Yep. You have
In this section, okay, just this is you will have in here, when you have more than one station, you have all the station available in here. Let me see if I search for you another example from my system. Give me just a second.
Hello, you stop sharing?
Yes, I'm just switching from your system to my, let's say, test environment. So in your system, you have only one station. When you will have more than one, in here we have an example with with 8 stations, and you can decide to have asset available only for specific station. So in this case, for example, if we remove like this, it means that asset belonging to MAM will be available only for the selected station. So you can filter, you can exclude asset from a station to another. If you have like this, and okay, yes, have a look at the ATX. It means that asset belonging to the X will be available only when you open the module using the ETX station. This is the name of the station. Okay, so when you open a new, this is all the station that we have in a test environment, for example. So if I open this station, I will see only asset belonging to this station, if this is your doubt or this is your question. And in the same way, we can have more configuration different station by station. So this first station have a configuration for ingesting or for preview or playouts, and the other one will have a complete different configuration, so that workstations and devices won't be never messed between stations. You can't have a mix problem with having more than one station. I'm not sure if I'm misunderstanding your question.
No, you're right.
Okay, so for example, also going back to your station, to your system. Okay, you have only one, but we go to, and I can show you an example of configurations. Oops, in here.
My question is, we are in the now MRTB new test. If we
Yes.
create MRTB farmer in MRTB new test, we can see, for example, 1 to 100 assets. Okay, number 1, 2, so on, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, goes to 100. Okay, when we create the new station,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, MRTB farmer channel,
Mm-hmm.
that we still can see that 1 to 100
Mm-hmm.
asset.
Yes.
Can
Yes,
we
you
still
see.
see the Can we still see the previous asset 1 to 100, or it will create another 1 to 100?
No. Nothing will change with the numbers and the code. So you keep working with the latest code that you
yeah.
had. Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay,
you
understand.
created till now
Mm.
till ID, for example, 1602. So even if you create more station or 3 or 4 station, the next asset will be 1703. So you will keep working with the same. If you want to delete all the asset, we can do. There's no problem. We can put them expired or delete completely. So you won't see any more tests that we did. So this is depending on what is your need. If you are you would like to have a new station to avoid all the tests, we just need to delete the tests and we are fine. There's no need to create a new station.
How about
If
yeah, please.
tell me.
How about in the ingest system?
Mhm.
And that if we create the new station in ingestion system, also do we need to create the new station? No.
No. In the ingest session, it will be quite easy. You have the same server, and for example, I show you the configuration of an ingest. You have the role. So in here, you will see just for the moment, this channel has
Yes.
been assigned to the PC ingest one for recording purposes for MRTV news test channel. If you have more channel, you just will need to add channels with the same configuration. So no need to actually create new ingest configuration or so on.
We just let the channel station and just do the record.
Yes,
You mean
yes,
it's
exactly.
like,
so in the you can use when you will have more than one station, you can use the same PHC to be used for station 1, station 2, station 3. Otherwise, you can define for which station you want to use a specific device.
if we create new station MRTV farmer,
Mhm.
when we do the ingestion,
Mhm.
do we need to select the MRTV farmer new station channel to ingest? Or if we do have a second one, do we need to select the second one station in the ingestion?
Well, yes, but this depending on the purposes. We can also make possible that user can select only a specific station.
So that means it will. I'm telling you that if sorry, how can I say? Each specific channel station will see specific ingested asset.
Mhm.
For example, we will do for the ingestion for the MRTB pharma. That ingest file will be seen from MRTB new desk.
Yes. Well, everything can be done if you want or not. If you want
okay.
the file to be available for also the other station, we can do this. Or if you
Okay.
want the file to be available also only for the new MRTV farmer station that you are talking about, we can put it in this way. So for this topic, Etere is fully customizable. So if you want to share assets and media between stations, you can do it. If you don't want to share assets and media between stations, you can do it as well.
Understand?
Just let me say that it is not possible to create station by yourself. This must be, of course, discussed with our marketing team, because also each station will have a specific license for Etere product. So this needs to be completely discussed with the marketing team. Guys, if you don't have any additional question, I guess we can move to tomorrow training. Sorry, I did not understand you.
No, wait, Paolo.
Okay, I wait. Okay.
Paulo, thank you very much for today.
Okay.
So see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Same
Okay.
time.
So
Okay.
tomorrow, same time for
Yes.
news editor.
Yes. Yes.
Correct.
Journalist.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will send you the
Hey.
meeting invite.
Hey. I have to tell you good news. We already tested from the. Is this okay? Second
Okay.
one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. You're welcome. See you tomorrow.
See you.